Hello everyone. Today I discuss about steps for planning a website. Whenever you want to create your own website or any other websites, which steps you have to follow? What are the strategies for planning a website? So here I discuss 5 basic practical steps for planning a website. First one, set your purpose and goals. What is the purpose of your website? Is it gain publicity for your business, to sell your inventory, to relay support behind a cause? It's important to identify users' website's purpose as well as your target audience. You should also define your goals. How many visitors do you expect per month? How many do you expect will sign up for your newsletter? How much in sales do you expect to make? Set measurable specific goals for your website that are in line with your marketing goals. An analytics tool like Google Analytics will allow you to monitor your website's performance over time. Next one is create a budget. Whether you are an established mid-sized organization or a fledgling startup, you should always set a budget for your website expenses. This will probably include funds for web design, programming and web hosting. Through other expenses may apply. Research the market by shopping around and consulting with professionals. Don't sell yourself short by comparing price alone. What you save in money, you may later pay for with a site and lots of headaches. It's better to choose team members based on experience, insightfulness, references and examples of work. Next is assign roles. Company stakeholders means owner, marketing manager or whoever else represent a primary function of the business, web developer, content writer or editor, HTML or CSS professional, web and graphics designer. Make sure everyone on your team knows their role and what is expected of them, and that they stay off deadlines and new developments. Next is create a content strategy. What kind of content will you be display on your website? Content is basically anything that gives your visitors information. It can include but is not limited to like blogs post, documents, video, pictures such as in a gallery, slideshows, embedded social media feeds, etc. Your content strategy is the way that you plan to present your content over time. For instance, you may want to publish 2 blog posts a month and put out a free quarterly report for your subscriber to download 4 times in a year. Since content is such a vital aspect of a website, bring in help if you need it. Hire a writer who is experienced with writing for the web and invest in some professional looking pictures of your storefront and employees. Next is structure your website. Decide what pages you will be using and what features will be on each one. Most websites have an about and contact page, but the pages you use should meet your business needs. Next, create a mock-up. A page mock-up, also known as a wireframe is essentially the outline of your website, with the initial design being the first draft. Usually created in Photoshop or Fireworks, you don't have to put too much detail into your mockup. Use placeholder text to fill pages and don't worry about details. This is just to give everyone an idea of what the website will look like. If you don't have a design program, you can also map it out with pen and paper. When you have a general feel of what you would like, you can send it to a designer to create or do so yourself. Next is start designing. The importance of good web design cannot be stressed enough. Good website design includes both usability and aesthetics. An ugly website will drive away visitors, as will a website that's difficult to navigate. Keep in mind some basic concept of usability as you go. Make sure navigation is easy to understand and easy to find. Use an easy to read font for blocks of text. Make sure your site fits the screen. Your website light so that it loads quickly. The company logo and tagline prominent on the page. Keep styles and colors consistent across the website. Make copy clear and concise and put important information and features above the fold. Make notes about what to include in the style sheet as you design, as you want to keep style and functions separate. And you should also design with the future in mind. For instance, your website may only have a few blog posts now, but what about when you have 200? Next is test it out. Testing is important for getting out bugs and catching details that you might have missed initially. Make sure your website shows up the way you want it to in all browsers, including Chrome, Firefox, Internet Explorer, mobile web browser, etc. Test it on your cell phone, your tablet, and your colleagues' cell phones, tablets too. You want your site to have a consistent appearance no matter what screen it shows up on. Make sure all of the links work, that the images are properly sized, and that you have replaced all of the placeholders with actual content. See to it that all of the forms and other input fields are working. Next is maintain your site. Once your site is launched, the work is not over. Website is an ongoing entity that continuously represents your company, so maintenance is very important. Monitor your analytics software to see how your website is performing with the public. Keep an eye on metrics like your number of unique visitors, bounce rate, and which pages are most popular on your website. You might find that certain metrics are more useful to you than others, but that is information you will find out over time. So these are the basic practical steps for developing a website. So planning a website ahead of time is just as important as planning anything else in business, yet this step often gets overlooked by those to claim their piece of internet real estate. Taking the time to plan your website is a great investment, and it will better your chances of having a finished product that serves you well for as long as you need it. Thank you.